involved for Archie?
We can get Archie involved.
Basically it features a video of me and 3-year-old Archie cooking in my kitchen at home. You do need some room, yeah. Careful, this is hot though. That was 1.5 years ago. It became a bit of a worldwide hit and produced this book, which is out in 3 weeks' time, the My Daddy Cooks cookbook. Basically what I do in the kitchen is I cook very, very simple, classic dishes with a My Daddy Cooks twist. So they're either going to be fun to cook with kids, they're going to have a creative twist in them, that's all my oregano disappearing, a creative twist in them. Thank you, Archie. Do you want to save some cheese for later on? The My Daddy Cooks book is not a kid's cookbook. It's not a book for kids' activities. It is 100% a family cookbook with great recipes that you can eat together. Now, Archie's quite busily making a concoction here. The two things I'm going to make today, careful that spot. I'm going to bring this over here. The two things I'm going to make today, first is a Mexican lasagna. Now,
hang on a minute, you can't just dive into it straight away. After you've done your intro, I then say...
Go on.
So could you put your hands together, please, and welcome Archie and Nick on stage.
The first thing I'm going to cook today, there's 2 dishes from my book that we're going to cook today. The first is a Mexican lasagna. The Mexican lasagna is basically a very, very simple chili con carne, which you throw together very, very quickly. Archie, do you want to pour some oil in my pan there? We've used up all my oregano. Do you want to pour the oil in? What should I do? Thank you. Go on then. Make a very, very, very simple chili con carne, and then using flour tortillas to in effect create a lasagna. It may seem slightly counterintuitive because tortillas are quite thick, but they... Nana's over there. But they basically... What? Oh, you want one of them? It may seem slightly counterintuitive, but they basically go like lasagna sheets. So very, very simple chili con carne, onions, what darling? Water. What happens in our kitchen often is that when I'm cooking, Archie is either cooking with me. Go on then. Archie is either cooking with me or doing his own thing. At this moment, he seems to be making his own concoction. So, frying off the onions, put it towards you. You got it? Done. Frying off the onions. I'll need, there's a box ready-made. Frying off the onions, even though it wasn't on the gas at all. Can I save those for later, please? Ready-made cheese. I have no idea what's happening to my left here. Can I just make this clear? What are you making exactly? He's making soup. Soup with cheese, if you like the soup with cheese. I'm going to do an accelerated version of this because a la Blue Peter style, I've already got some ready made. Can you grab me? Can you see there's garlic behind your bowl? Can you see there's a little white bowl behind your bowl? Over there. You see it? Grab me that. You need some, but can you put some in my onions? In my onions? The remaining garlic goes in the onions. The great thing about all the recipes in the book is that they have been stress tested in the... It is your soup. They've been stress tested in the most stressful environment, i.e. with a 3-year-old in the kitchen with me. What? Eat some flour. This is going to be risky. Stress tested, so basically they work even in the most extreme environments. So very, very simple chili con carne, onions, garlic, a good dug of coriander. You need some, go on then. Cumin, and I would have put oregano in this, but sadly it's all gone in there. Chocolate powder as well, just to give it some extra flavour. I suspect it isn't going to be much nicer than mine. It hasn't all gone. Do you want to put some in for me or not? There is some left. Do you want to put some in? Mind your hands though. Although it may look like it's slightly chaotic and that I'm not paying any attention, I'm always hyper vigilant to what's going on with Archie. Get over there. You can pour that in, I don't mind. So, onions, garlic, spices, chocolate powder, in goes the beef. Well, that's probably enough. Thank you. This is by no means an elaborate chili con carne, we're just using really simple flavours. Archie doesn't like heavily spiced food, so I save the cayenne for afterwards. Once you've browned your beef, you need 1 tin of of chopped tomatoes. Can you cook me the... It's actually really pretty. It does look like a brownie. Can you grab me the tomatoes though?
Where was it?
Can you grab me the tomatoes? Sorry. Are you going to do the tomatoes or me? Go on, tuck them in. And then I would just leave this cooked down for about, cheese will be in 2 seconds. I just leave that cooked down for about 10 minutes. And you will then have a really lovely basic chili con carne, which I have pre-made somewhere. Ah, thank you. What, darling? Okay, so as you may have guessed, ingredients in our house don't last very, very long at all. They tend to get thrown around and messed up. Go on then, throw it in. So, imagine that's now been going for 10 minutes. Salt, flour, sugar, it's all good. It doesn't sound like salt. Hello? It sounds like salt to me. You want to pour it in? Okay. So, 10 minutes later, that will all have cooked down and turned. It looks like ice apparently. Do you want to pour some in or not? Okay. That will all have cooked down and become a very simple chili con carne, which I'm going to chuck over here. And you would then simply take a round dish, a frying pan, a baking tin, anything you've got. Archie, we need to build this house. Hold on. We often find ourselves in the kitchen for an hour, 2 hours. It's a really, really... Yes, darling? What else do you need? Would you like some vinegar? Here you go. It's a really, really lovely way of spending quality time together. I often get asked whether he can actually cook. The reality is it doesn't matter. It's all about the quality time that we spend together. I can do this with scissors. Thank you. We discovered the other day while playing with baking powder that if you pour vinegar on baking powder, it creates a fantastic lunar landscape. So we had a lot of fun with that. It does create bubbles. That's probably enough though. Thank you very much. Do you want to help me do this bit or not? With the bread? Okay, can I move this for a second? Okay, now, you've got your round dish. Can you put 2 in the bottom of it? Not all of them, just 2. There you go. And what we're basically going to do is build this up into a lasagna. Whoa, that's hot. Hold on. 3 layers of lasagna. Can you put the next one on, please? You need a new pan? That's going to be problematic. Do you want to put the next tortilla on for me? That one? Okay. Do you want to go and ask, have you got another pan of some description, please? So 3 layers, you've got a really simple chili con carne mix. You'll go and find them, will you? What's lovely is that the flour tortillas go really, really soft. And oh wow! Up we go. And they absorb all the juices. Not up there. It might fall down. You're right. Very simply, on top, I will chuck spring onions. Archie, you have to be. Oh, you'll do the same as me. Ah, I've got you. The spring onions. 1 last tortilla. It's not actually the same, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. A layer of creme fraiche. And as you'll see, although this is a fairly elaborate recipe compared to many in the book, it's actually really, really quick, especially if you jump the sauce bit, which obviously I have jumped. Creme fraiche on the top. Cheese on top. And that then simply goes in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And it will produce, eventually, what, darling? No, it's hot, careful. It will produce, we've got one in the oven that needs about another 10 or 15 minutes. A lovely, moist, tasty chili con carne lasagna. It's a really nice take on a classic lasagna. I was once on Breakfast TV and I was asked, we were talking about ready-made meals, and they said, well, you know, you can't make a lasagna quicker than you can put one. Beautiful. Well, where's all my spice gone? Quicker than you can put one in the oven. It's all gone. In fairness, this, careful, that is hot. This does take longer than a store-bought lasagna you know what? It's not much more. It's about half an hour from pan to plate. We are making the circle like a drum. One of the best chapters in the book, in my humble opinion, is a chapter called No Cook. And basically, I knew I'd lose some of them. Basically, all the recipes, who had those, I don't know. How does this light work? Which one's that one? They're pasta, darling. The great thing about the No Cook chapter is that, as it says, the recipes require no cooking at all. They don't require an extra pan. They often use pasta, and they use the heat of the pasta. They use the heat of the pasta to cook the sauce. So, for example, I've got a no-cook carbonara where I use parma ham instead of bacon. Obviously, there's a pesto sauce. There's a goat's cheese sauce. This one is really, really... Yes, darling. Uh-oh. I'm not sure that's a good idea. One of the things, if you are cooking with kids at home, it's all gone. You've created habit. If you are cooking with kids at home, I really, really strongly recommend that you leave all your messy inhibitions at the door, because it is going to get very, very messy. It's all about creative play, about learning through... Are you alright there? Unfortunately, my water's not boiling. I'm debating whether to throw the pasta in. But this pasta sauce basically takes 3 minutes to make. Shall I put the pasta in? Basically takes 3 minutes to make. It's a smoked salmon and cream cheese linguine. So what I've got about 200 grams of smoked salmon, and of course smoked salmon doesn't need to cook, so if you chuck it in with... You want to cut this up for me or not? You need some? I would possibly recommend not eating this after we've cooked it today with the chocolate. So, 200 grams of smoked salmon, cream cheese. Now I've got a cream cheese here from the show. I've got no idea if it's... thank you. I've got no idea if it's going to melt or not, so this could all go horribly wrong, but you're not really yet. Do you want to wash your hands? I'll tell you what, let's get you a... thank you very much. I just need one clean bowl. Have you left me any clean bowls? Okay. Smoked salmon. Yes, darling. Cream cheese, which is there. Yes, darling. It is nearly finished, isn't it? It does look yummy. The whole thing about having him in the kitchen with me, it's all about validation. Yes, darling. Go and grab something, whatever you want to grab. It's like a little boy in a sweet shop here, because at home you can't actually reach the ingredients. You can take that, go on. Dill. Got a hand. Thank you. Whoops. You need some dill? Back your knee. Oh, there you go. There we go. Not in there, thank you. I've got about 25 grams of dill. And basically what all the no-cook pasta sauces, what they do is they create all the flavour through the ingredients. You don't need to cook them. So the dill goes in. If I had normal sort of craft cream cheese, it would all mash up much more easily. But I would mix that all together. I actually forgot to bring cream cheese today. A load of lemon zest. Do you want to do the grating? I'll open it for you. A load of lemon zest. My pasta's still not boiling. And the juice of this lemon. Salt and pepper as well. No idea. Oh, there we go. Salt and pepper as well.
How he does it.
Mix that all together. What are you doing with my lemon zest? You so know you're not going to like that, it's going to be all over your hands. People often ask me whether the fact that we cook together means that this little one eats everything. Nothing could be further from the truth. He's a toddler, and toddlers are fussy by nature. So why there would be any difference with that, with food as opposed to any other part of their lives, I have no idea. What, darling? Wow! Should we show everyone? Archie has made a chocolate and dill Mexican lasagna. I think that's quite good. So I've got my no-cook pasta sauce.
You should be very proud.
What would be happening is that the pasta would Archie with food from market to the table. He loves coming shopping with us. He loves, they're going to be so delighted they invited us today. Well done, I'm so sorry about this. He loves the whole experience of food all the way from the market to the table. What exactly are you doing there? What do you want to put in there, darling? Some cheese? Or some water? I should at this point thank my wife Jo because she has a very low mess threshold and has water and has very kindly put it to one side for our food adventures. I'm going to put it in the sink. What? There we go. Okay. Has very kindly put that to one side with our food adventures. It's a very, very important part of my relationship with Archie, the time we spend in the kitchen. And it was really born out of necessity. It was the fact that I became a stay-at-home dad. We found ourselves with a lot of time to kill. What's the matter? Oh, I've got to move you again, okay. We found ourselves with a lot of time to kill. And the kitchen is an absolutely brilliant place to kill time because ingredients are cheap, unless they're all being thrown in the same pot. What, Nelly? Choose something else. And we can find ourselves an hour or an hour and a half in the kitchen, basically just chilling out and hanging out. My Mexican lasagna is starting to look ready. I didn't gloves, please. That is very spicy. You are so not going to like that. Can you put it in? You won't eat it, no. It's really, really spicy. There you go. You want to put it back for me? I just get this lasagna out of the oven. Where's my camera? In reality, this is going to need another 10 minutes, so I will put it back. But as you can see, it does look yummy, doesn't it? Whose side are you on anyway? Are you on my side or not? You're not meant to laugh at my mishaps. As you can see, the cheese has melted really, really beautifully. Hopefully, and this is about to boil over, hopefully the tortilla, that's for my pasta. I don't think we'll be eating that, will we? The thing is also, I have a theory with food, which is that there is actually only so wrong, there's only so wrong that food can go. If you're using really, really nice, fresh ingredients, for example, when we make a cake, okay, it may not always be the most risen, it may not always be the most beautiful cake you'll see, but there's only so wrong you can go with sugar. What do you need something else with, darling? There's only so wrong you can go with sugar, cream, eggs, flour, whatever you're using. Oh wow, that's brilliant, thank you. I'm going to give this another minute before it's cooked. I have no idea. How long does this pasta take? Is it 3 or 4 minutes? Okay, give it 1 more minute. The beauty of all the recipes in the book, what I really wanted... What, darling? Okay. What I really wanted to do was create a cookbook that could be cooked from. And that may sound like a really obvious statement, but I want it to be a book that people will have in their kitchens in the middle of the week, open it up and realise that they can actually cook from it. All the recipes in this have passed the supermarket test. That means that there's nothing in here that you need to go to some long distance mail order company to find. They're all recipes that you can cook out of your own cupboard. I'm going to drain my pasta, although I'm slightly nervous about doing it with you around. We've got a large pot of this. Get that one back. We're coming to the end, Archie, so we need to stop chucking things off the counter. In reality, the chaos that you can see here is actually a direct reflection of what... That's enough, darling. Stop. 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 A direct reflection of what happens in our house. Put it on the side there, darling. Oh my goodness. The key with these no-cook pastas... Thank you, darling. I got a feeling we won't be invited back next year. But you need that. This. This. Driving me mad. This. What am I looking for? That. Good luck with that. The key to the no-cook pastas is obviously mixing mix the sauces in while the pastas are really, really hot. So in spite of the chaos, my pasta is virtually cooked. In goes my cream cheese, so then it's going to melt. It's not the one I brought with. Wooden spoon. How long till we eat lunch? I don't think we'll be eating this pasta. That's all I'll say after we've had chocolate powder in it. Stir it together, and actually the cheese is melting. You finished, darling? Okay. We're finishing soon as well, much to the great relief of Sancta and Valentina. Bit of salt, bit of pepper. This is really hot, darling. And that is basically as easy a pasta dish as you could possibly have. Just using the heat of the pasta, simple cheese, smoked salmon, the lemon and the dill work. Yes, darling? Shane, I can't see the hand on it. It's black onions, see? That's the last thing we're going to use. The heat of the pasta. Should we serve it up? That's brave of us. Yeah. The cheese is just being a little bit resistant to fully melting. This is about as hard as I've worked in months. There we go. Have you finished? Does Archie get a round of applause for finishing? And there you have it. That is, can you see that on camera? That is a very, very simple supper. The actual Papa Egghead, he's there. The actual sauce took exactly 4 minutes, if that, to make. I love making sauces that race the pasta. So, what, darling? Yeah, okay. So they're actually ready by the time the pasta is cooked. Now I suspect this is slightly, a few minutes off, but I'm going to serve it anyway. Darling, I think we need to stop using ingredients now, else there won't be any left. You can use a very, very small drizzle of that, because that's really important. Like a really small drizzle. Okay? And then we're finishing, and Santa will be very relieved. So will Valentina. There we go, that's enough. Put the lid on. Let me serve you some of the Mexican lasagna. Definitely needs an extra 10 minutes. Yeah, it needs it.
Okay. Say that again?
So you wanted some?
He said yum yum, that look, but yum yum, yum yum.
The beauty is that without having to make a bechamel, just simply using the creme fraiche creates a really, really simple lasagna. I am going to put that back in the oven so you can taste it in an extra 10 minutes. The book is out in 3 weeks' time, if I may say. It's available to pre-order on Amazon. I have official permission from my publisher to give one away this afternoon. So I don't quite know how to decide who gets...
Well, I think you have to ask a question.
Archie, have you got a question you can ask? What question did you ask? On a scale of 1 to 10, how messy will you make it today?
Never.
Okay, what's going to happen is loads of people are going to answer the question, and you've got to choose one of them, and we're going to give them a copy of our book. Okay? So how messy did we make it today?
27.
Not very messy, that's a good answer. Who wants a copy of the book? Put your hands up and Archie will choose you. Who are you going to choose? Don't choose Laura. Where is Laura? She's all the way at the back there.
Choose one.
Okay, who are you going to choose? Choose one. No, not Nana. Nana's not fucking good. Maybe choose a little girl. Is there a little girl here who might want the book? Can you see any little girls anywhere? So one might have it. Should we give it to her? Point to her so she knows she's got it. The little girl with the bag over her shoulders has just won the book. And that is a really, really special book because no one apart from some lucky journalists have got a copy of it. So it really, really, oh my goodness.
It's a little bit damp. Let's put it over here and we'll dry.
Yeah, give that one.
We'll take that one home.
It's steaming nicely now.
Do you know what? It's actually a really perfect ingredient. Yes, darling?
I think you should have the one that got botched up, don't you? It's got much more character than a pristine one.
That's a really clever point, Archie. Thank you for bearing with us during our mess. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
The food, if I may just say, behind the chaos, the food is actually really delicious as well. And that's the main point behind it. Yes, darling? binoculars? That's a really good question. How many's got them?
Thank God for that. Thank
Thank
God
you for
the
having me.
binoculars are here.
Are we banned?
No, not at all. No, I just wanted to welcome our sponsor.
Oh yes, we need some wine. Trust me, I need. There's a few recipes in the book actually. Go on then. There's a few recipes in the book, quite a few actually, that use alcohol. And I remember the conversation I had with my editor. I said, can we have alcohol recipes? And we both agreed that parents need alcohol. So all the alcohol recipes in there are judged just perfectly. So you have enough alcohol to go in the dish and enough for a glass for yourself, which is very, very important. Wine, Valentina.
Now we would like to welcome Wines of Bordeaux, who are of course our sponsors.
We've done the question.
And the lovely Michelle has chosen wines to go with your special Mexican lasagna. And the other dishes too, the salmon dish. So welcome, Michelle. Come on over here. Are you all right with the handheld?
And I got the prize.
Thank you very much, Valentina. People hear me? Thank you very much. I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was wonderful. I'm looking forward to trying Willie's creation.
Willie's or Archie's?
Oh, Archie's company.
Hey, Archie's.
Willie's next. But do you like that name better?
Don't ask me that because they'll come up with an answer that we can't publish.
I've got two different wines here for you to try. So I actually thought with the Mexican lasagna, for lots of spicy, spicy dishes, you need very fruity wine. So does anybody know that Bordeaux does rosé? They do. How many people like rosé?
Rosé always makes me go slightly sneaky-loopy.
Does it? It's lovely. Well, this is a very, very dry rosé with a lot of really bright fruit. So it's Merlot based, so I thought the rosé with the crisp acidity, the really bright fruit would go perfectly with the Mexican lasagna, because with a lot of spice, you need really good fruit. Also because you've got the creme fraiche in here, you need lots of acidity. So that's what the rosé is for, so I'd like you to come and try that. One of the best things Bordeaux does do are dry whites. So I'm not quite sure if anybody's familiar with the whites, but that's to go with a lovely pasta because of the salmon, and again, because you've got the cream cheese, lovely acidity. This is made from Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc, so it's got a bit of creaminess in it, and it's also got that sort of fresh, nettly note to it as well, which I thought would go perfectly for the dill. And those are the two wines. So come on up. We've got little samples of both the rosé and the white for you to come and try with the dishes as well.
I'm not sure either of the dishes is what I would describe as fully cooked, because we were rushing slightly.
But that's all right. Nothing will hurt anybody, right?
Nothing will hurt anyone. Valentina has decided they're not cooked enough.
They're not cooked enough.
That's okay, actually.
Pasta's probably better.
Pasta needed an extra minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get you something.